just wanted to go over what we're going to be learning in the overview. So the first one is building a list, why and how. Second one is, what is the ultimate goal? What's your ultimate goal? Third one's downloading your files. So how are you going to download your files? I'm going to send this to you in a separate email, just so that people can't see what my download page is. You already know since you're a subscriber. Modifying your files. So how do you go about modifying your files? Web hosting and domain names. Now this is something that you're going to have to keep an eye on. This is something you're going to have to pay for web hosting. It's absolutely a necessary evil, and of course a domain name. We'll go over that later. How to upload your files once you've actually changed and modified them up to your web hosting. Don't worry if you don't know what web hosting is and domain names are. I'm going to teach you all of that stuff. And the last one is autoresponders. Unfortunately, another evil, but those are the 3 minimum requirements you must have as an internet marketer. You must have web hosting, you must have a domain name, and you really should have autoresponders. Okay, so we're going to be looking at each of those things individually. So the first thing is building a list. Really the simple truth is, no list, no money. If you don't have a list, you're not going to have any money. Now, you can try to sell things while you're building a list. That's okay, but this course isn't going to cover that. This course is going to cover simply how do you build a list. You may have heard before the money's in the list. However, yes, there's a truth associated with that, and that is, if you don't look after your list and take care of your list and provide your list value, you're certainly not going to get any money anyway. So we'll go into that as well. The next thing is use good quality materials. Always, when you're offering your list something, do not just offer them junk. I mean, seriously, how would you feel if people just offered you junk? Would you actually go and download the material? Will you subscribe to their list? Even if you did, you really wouldn't have a good view of that person that you're subscribed to, would you? So really, how to build and use good quality materials to help your list, because really that's what we want to do. We want to help people on our list, and that will help you to build a list as well. The next thing is be very, very helpful. I mean, clearly people that are interested in internet marketing want help, and you're in a position to help them, not by just allowing them to download something, but also help them to use what they've downloaded. The information's of absolutely no use just sitting on their hard drive, and I'm sure some of you here have had that situation before, where you certainly have downloaded stuff, you have no idea where to begin. So be helpful and over-deliver on what you've promised them. And of course, the last and most important thing is traffic strategies. How you're going to drive traffic to your website. Okay, so the next thing that we want to look at is the overall picture of what we've got. So the first thing is you've got a person looking on the internet. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to drive them to your domain name service. Now, don't worry too much if you haven't heard this before, but that's just your domain name, the name of your site. So, yeah, your name, whatever name you've chosen to put your site onto, that's where you want to send them. You're not actually sending them to your website at that stage. What you're sending them to is a domain name service. They will, in turn, use what they call a DNS, which is domain name service, to drive that to your web hosting where your site is actually located. Okay, so that's we'll see this later, this public HTML underscore index.html, but that is ideally your page, your web page. And you see down here, this is the web, little bit of the web page where you've subscribed to. So what they'll do is go through that information on your web page, put in their name and their email address, and then subscribe. What happens is two things. One is it'll get submitted to your autoresponder. That's why I say you really need an autoresponder. Okay, the second thing is that it'll go to your download page. Now, it doesn't go, just to be clear, it does not go directly to your download page from there. What happens is your autoresponder sends that information. It says, when I receive information from somebody who's put their name and email address in, what should I do with it next? And that's when you're sending them to your download page. Now, there is another option. We're not going to cover this in this course, but just to let you know, and this is where you can sell stuff, make a little bit of money while you're building your list, and that's called a one-time offer, an OTO. And what happens there is that at the same time, instead of actually sending them directly to your download page, the autoresponder will send them to your one-time offer. Okay? And from your one-time offer, obviously, if they like it, they will put in the name of they will put in their payment and buy that one-time offer, and then get sent to your download page. Or otherwise, the alternative is that they don't actually buy the product, but from your one-time offer, they can then go to your download page. All right, so that's the whole kit and caboodle, the whole thing, all in one shot. So you've got three necessary things. Well, you've actually got four, but the three yellow bits are what you absolutely need. You need a domain name, you need a hosting service, and you need an autoresponder. Obviously, your download page is part of your hosting service. It's just a web page, like the index.html, but it'll be called download.html, for example, but it'll be on your web hosting service. So those top three yellow ones are the things you absolutely need. Alright, and what we'll do now is that we'll go and learn how to download files. So if you haven't done it already, go to newbiesystems.com, so newbiesystems.com, and sign up for free, and you'll be able to be taken to the download page where you'll receive the information. So what will happen is you'll also get a welcome email, which has the download link included in that email. So if you get confused with the one-time offer, you'll find the download to go to the download page is right at the bottom. But if you get confused anyway, an email will come out with the download page on it, your welcome email. So you'll be able to link to that download from there. Now what you really need for this course, well, for the initial part of the course, is you need a couple of things. So you need to be able to unzip the file that you've downloaded. So you can get 7-zip for free, costs nothing. Or WinRAR is another one that I recommend. There is a cost associated with that, but you do get a free trial. Okay, the other thing you'll need is Composer. Now, Composer will help us to modify those web files that we get. Now, this is not hard, honestly. I'll step you through them one by one. There's not many things you need to change on the information that you've downloaded, and we'll be able to do that.